Hello, this is The Real Kitchen for Real People. And I'm Shar and featuring recipes that are our family's favorites. And today's feature, we're featuring what we call sandwiches because we have lots of meats on it. So it's more than a sandwich, it's a sandwich. So these are the steps I'm going to show you and how to prepare this easy, delicious. You can have it for lunch, dinner, whatever. But I'm going to get started. I'm going to take my bacon out of the oven for it burn. I've got about 5 pieces of bacon for 3 sandwiches. Just going to break those up. Set that there. You're gonna lightly spray your pan with oil. Okay. And then you probably need to turn your your eye on medium. And the first thing you want to put in your pan is your pepperonis. And I get this size that you can get at the deli. Have them cut it thin as they can cut it without the rim around it. Because some of them will sell you with the rim and you don't want that one. You want the one with the no rim. So I place these at the bottom of my pan. Just circle it like you're doing a pizza, pretty much. And that's probably about, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 pieces to cover your bottom of your pan, your skillet. And it'll start cooking. Okay. Now you want to take I use my hands, of course, they're washed. So be sure to wash your hands. But I take my turkey and I'll break it, which is about a half a pound of turkey breast. You can get whatever type of turkey you want, honey, mesquite, or pepper, whatever. And you can really use whatever meat you want. You can use ham, you can use roast beef, corned beef. So we use in our home we use all types, but basically turkey. Every now and then we'll get fancy and get some other kind, but most of the time it's turkey. So you just break that up. Show you how, and you can hear how your pepperoni is sizzling. And when you have it at the bottom, the purpose of having it at the bottom, it gives it a crispy taste at the end. Okay, so when you have that set up like that, you take, next I have my jalapeno peppers, but what I want is the juice in there. You can cut up the jalapenos if you want. I might cut up one, but basically I use the juice just to simmer it. Gives it a good flavor. Oops, there's one want to go in, so I'm gonna have to put him in there, I guess. Okay. And then what will I do? You hear the sizzling? Let me get a fork and a knife here and cut up that jalapeno pepper that wanted to go in. Just cut it, slice it thin. Don't want it to be overbearing hot. And I just use one because I can't eat anything too hot anyway. But it gives it a good flavor, that juice. Okay. And then I take black pepper and sprinkle it around in there. That enhances the flavor. And then what I'll do now is take my cheese. I have pepper jack cheese, Sharp Cheddar Cheese and Monterey Jack cheese. So you can use any kind of cheese you want and how much you want, you know. But I'm going to put that and just sprinkle it all in there over the top. And everybody loves these sandwiches. It's kind of a favorite in our house. And then you kind of have it even. Get all that cheese out of there. Okay. Alright. Then we have our bacon. See how that's cooking? That's cooking on medium. See how it's getting kind of crisper to dark around the edges. Then I'll take, probably take 2 pieces of the bacon and get the oil off, because I baked my bacon. I'll put it in the oven to kind of eliminate some of that oil off of it. And then I'm going to break these up over it, because my husband loves bacon. So I'm going to put the bacon on there. Just put it all around. And you can get creative with sandwiches. That's why I just enjoy making sandwiches. And not only are they good, they're fun to make. Because you can just get creative with it. Okay. Now, I want to put my sauerkraut on there. And I have some picky children, so we won't put it on all of it. I just put it on the side where the adults are eating. The mom and dad. I like it kind of gives it a twang. So I'll put that on there. Okay. And isn't that beautiful how it looks? Okay, we're through with that. And I like to clean up as I go, because it kind of stresses me out when I have too much stuff around when I'm cooking. Makes you tired. Okay. So that simmers as that simmers. And then you can kind of see around the edges how the pepperoni is browning around there. So then I put just a little bit more pepper on there, and a little bit parsley. Just okay. Now we're gonna turn that down to a low or medium low, and we're gonna cover it. We'll cover it with this baking pan. And now I'll show you how to prepare our breads. I'm gonna come over here, and I have laid out here sourdough bread. It makes the best sandwiches. If you don't have sourdough, bagel. The plain bagel makes an awesome sandwich. But if you don't have a bagel like me, I either choose from bagel to sourdough. So I'm going to use sourdough, and then of course some of my family like wheat. So we'll do the wheat. But first we're going to do the sourdough. You just brown it. And this is cooking while your meats are cooking. And this is a toaster oven that I'm toasting the bread in. Now, if you don't have a toaster oven, you can use your own oven over here and put it on broil and just watch it real close. But if you don't have a toaster, then use that option. Okay. And as that's cooking, I'm gonna let you look and see how that looks now. And it's beautiful. Not only beautiful, it's delicious. Delicious. So I'm gonna take these bacon off of here. And let that be draining a little bit. And then, okay. And then I'll come back with you when the bread is toasted. Still waiting on our breads to brown. But in the meantime, while both of those are steaming and browning, I like to once again thank you for tuning in and listening to my first video channel. And if you like it, give me thumbs up. Of course you are gonna like it, but give me thumbs up. And if you have any questions or requests, special requests, just feel free to comment below and I'll get back with you as soon as possible. And if you like, I have a recipe, so I'll be a recipe book, so I'll be probably in the future preparing different items out of there, which is gathering of recipes from family and friends. And so let me check my bread and we can move along. It's not quite as brown as I like it. So, but as I say, I know you want to give me thumbs up and you're anxious to do that. So please do that. And I want to also emphasize the importance of cooking. Cooking is just not for eating. It's a ministry. It's fellowshipping with your family and friends. And when you're eating together, it means so much. You develop in a relationship that's a bond for life. As I was growing up, we always ate together at least one meal a day. And at that time, you're able to talk and look at each other and discuss issues if you had issues that day or just anything. We would just gather together and we just knew that we were going to do that. So that's an important tool to use for communicating with your children, your grandchildren. Just always set a time out. If it's not breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, but sometimes where you're doing things together, eating together, cooking together, laughing together, crying together. All of those things are important. And those are all emotional feelings that we're gifted to have. It's a privilege to have, and we thank God for that. So now let me check my toast. My meat, you can see, is simmering around the edges. As my daughter says, she likes her edges crispy. So we're gonna go over here to the bread. It should be brown enough to take out. Okay, I don't want to. I'm gonna take out these three here. Because you don't want to keep them in there too long. It gets hard. Unless you like them like that. But I'll put these in here. Okay. That's the other ones. But as you can see, these are your toasted. And if you have problems chewing, you don't want them too hard. And just some people just don't like them hard. and crunchy. And I don't put, you can, if you want to, put tomatoes, lettuce, onions, and all of that. But since we have so much on the sandwich, so many meats and things in the meat, I don't really put that unless somebody wants it. But I have this tomato here that I want to use because I don't want it to go to waste. So I'm going to cut it up and put that one on. If anybody who wants tomatoes on theirs. But you can put whatever you want. Like I said, sandwiches and sandwiches are so fun and creative. You can do so many things with them and make them interesting. You can put onions on them. You can put whatever you want, and tons of cheese if you're into the cheese. Like that. Okay. Yeah. Have our bread all toasted. We have vegetables. I went on and got pickles and red onions and tomatoes out in case someone wants that. And then you can use mustard, mayonnaise, or whatever you want on it, or you don't have to use anything if you don't want, because it's just that good. But if you want, you can get this spicy brown mustard or Dijon mustard or just regular mustard or whatever you want to do. Now your meat is done. You can see around the edges it's crispy, and that's from your pepperoni. That's what it is. Kind of give your sandwich that extra crunch. So what I'm going to do now is plate it for you and see how it looks. And I'll get this on here. And what I'll do is cut my bread if you want it cut. Well, let me do this one first. The triple. This is going to be triple because my husband likes triple, so I do the triple sandwich. So if it's lightly toasted on one side and darker on the outside, use your light for your inside. So what I do is I take my meat and I put it on top of my toast with the pepperonis. There. And then you take your other bottom and you stick it like this. Put the dark side up. And you put another scoop with your pepperoni. And since this is, I'm going to put this on the plate. And since this is your last layer, then I can incorporate here my tomatoes and my pickles and the onions. And then I will put extra bacon, because he loves bacon, on top. Like that. Then you take your salt, and then you put mustard if you want. So I'm going to put a little mustard on here. I don't know if he wants mustard or not. Put a little mustard. Okay. And then you just put it down like that. And you have your sandwich. Isn't that beautiful? And you can serve it with chips, baked beans, potato salad, or just eat it like this. But it's quick once you get the swing of it. It's quick and it's filling. It's a great mid-meal for anyone who wants a real sandwich. As I said, this is the real kitchen for real people. So it's no fanciness to it. It's just plain out cooking what I do every day and have cooked for years, for over 50 years. So remember to thumbs up, go to my channel, thumbs up, and contact me with any questions or comments that you may have. And I'll see you later. Love, love. I come back to show you the final product with the chips on it. This is what we're having this evening. And once again, I hope you enjoyed my first video, and I would hope that you would thumbs up and rate me on how I did. So be sure to channel in and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, and I appreciate you. Love, love.